Under the bright Austrian sun, Braunau am Inn bustles with life, a town unaware of the destiny brewing within its streets. Among ordinary houses stands one of modest means, soon to be known as the birthplace of Adolf Hitler. Inside, Clara's face glows with relief, the exhaustion of childbirth softening her features. Alois stands stiffly beside her, his stern expression betraying a distant, unreadable heart. The air is thick with unspoken expectations, a silent drama playing out in the small room. In this humble setting, the seeds of a future that will change the world are quietly sown. In a dimly lit room, young Adolf stands defiant, dwarfed by towering bookshelves and the long shadows of the night. Alois's stern gaze pierces through Adolf. Adolf, you will become a civil servant. It is a respectable profession. But father, I do not want to be a civil servant. I want to be an artist. I want to paint, to create. Adolf cries. Alois's voice booms, crushing young Adolf's dreams. Artist? That is no life for a man. You will do as I say. In Vienna, 1907, a young, nervous Adolf stands before the stern-faced judges of the Art Academy, his future hanging in the balance. Adolf gestures weakly as the judges flip through his portfolio, their expressions unreadable, each page turn a hammer blow. The silence in the room is deafening, amplifying Adolf's anxiety as the judges coldly assess his work. A subtle shake of the head from one judge, and Adolf's hope visibly crumbles, his dreams slipping through his fingers. Rejection. The narration echoes, a crushing blow that ignites a burning resentment within Adolf. A sense of injustice washes over Adolf, fueling a dark seed of anger that begins to take root in his soul. Vienna's streets teem with life as a gaunt, young Hitler navigates the crowds. His worn clothes, a stark testament to his poverty. His eyes, sharp and observant, absorb the city's undercurrent of anti-Semitic sentiments, a subtle poison seeping into his mind. In this crucible of hardship and prejudice, the seeds of his extreme political views are silently sown. The bustling city provides a dramatic backdrop to the quiet internal transformation of a future dictator. Muddy trenches stretch endlessly, a labyrinth of despair under a smoke-filled sky. Amidst explosions, young Adolf Hitler weaves through the chaos, a grim dispatch runner. He shares meager rations, finding camaraderie amidst the carnage and stench of death. A sudden blast throws dirt as Hitler clutches his leg, another victim of relentless war. A dimly lit hospital ward in 1918, thick with antiseptic and despair. Adolf Hitler, gaunt and pale, lies in bed, his eyes burning with feverish intensity. Bandages mask his face, remnants of a mustard gas attack. The nurse exits. Alone, rage builds within him, a silent storm brewing behind haunted eyes. Inside a smoky Munich beer hall in 1919, the air vibrates with conversation and the clinking of glasses. Young Hitler, eyes burning with intensity, sits among the German Workers' Party. A fervent orator speaks, his words igniting passion within the small gathering. Hitler's face reflects a transformation, curiosity hardening into steely determination. A vast expanse of faces floods Nuremberg, a rapturous sea of devotion under a sky filled with ominous anticipation. Swastika banners flutter aggressively, their stark symbols slicing through the air, casting long shadows over the enraptured crowd. Hitler stands elevated, a dark silhouette against the bright sky, his figure amplified, a beacon of impending doom. His gestures, wild and commanding, carve through the air, each movement a calculated stroke of manipulative power. The crowd is transfixed, their eyes glazed with fervent adoration, lost in the intoxicating spell of Hitler's charisma. They are willingly ensnared, minds captive to his potent propaganda, a nation blindly marching toward an unimaginable future. The Reich Chancellery gleams, a gilded cage for a dark ambition as Hitler accepts the title of Chancellor. A determined glint hardens his gaze, the weight of destiny palpable as he clutches the reins of power. Hitler seizes power. The narration booms, an ominous shadow spreading across the newly claimed dominion. Democracy crumbles as a dictatorship rises, the opulent halls echoing with the promise of tyranny. Inferno lights the Berlin night. Grotesque shadows flicker across faces, a macabre dance of censorship. Flames devour forbidden books, the air thick with the acrid stench of burning knowledge and fear. Joseph Goebbels, bathed in firelight, orchestrates the destruction, a chilling maestro of control. The crowd watches, their faces a mixture of awe and dread as history turns to ash before their eyes. Each book consumed is a silenced voice, a vanished idea, fueling the flames of oppression. The night sky glows with the destructive power of ignorance, a stark warning echoing through time. Sunlight floods the 1,930 classroom, casting long shadows across rows of attentive children. Before them stands the stern teacher, a zealous figure against the blackboard's chalked Aryan images. His voice echoes with fervent conviction, filling the silent room with promises of a glorious future. Innocence and indoctrination blend on the faces of the children, a disturbing tableau of youth. The air vibrates with the unspoken weight of Hitler's looming regime. Nuremberg is draped in an eerie twilight, shadows lengthening ominously as night descends. The Nuremberg laws are enacted, each word a hammer, blow against justice and equality. Jewish citizens are stripped of their rights, their faces reflecting disbelief and growing fear. The systematic persecution begins, its tendrils reaching into every corner of their lives. In the dim light, the city holds its breath, unaware of the horrors about to unfold. The Polish countryside lies serene, unaware of the iron storm gathering on the horizon. Suddenly, the earth trembles as German tanks relentlessly cross the Polish border, their shadows stretching long. The roar of engines shatters the peace, an invasion dawning with each advancing vehicle. A nation's fate hangs in the balance as the world teeters on the brink of total war. Innocence is lost as the machinery of conflict grinds forward, engulfing Poland in flames and despair. Inside the Wannsee conference room, Nazi officials gather around a long table, cigarette smoke swirling in the tense air. Crisp uniforms surround the polished table, where maps and documents reveal cold, calculated population statistics. Euphemisms like resettlement hang in the air, masking a horrifying truth. Beneath the surface, a chilling undercurrent reveals the systematic extermination of Jews. The final solution is coldly set in motion, a plan of bureaucratic precision and unspeakable horror. A silent agreement solidifies, sealing the fate of millions with chilling, unspoken consent. In the claustrophobic Berlin bunker, Hitler's grim visage reflects the weight of impending defeat. The air hangs heavy with tension as Hitler exchanges solemn vows with Eva Braun. A brief, somber ceremony underscores the gravity of their final act amidst the ruins. The reality of their desperate situation sinks in, etched in the faces of his inner circle. Under the stark light of a single lamp, Hitler begins to dictate his final words. Each word carries the weight of a crumbling empire, sealing their fate in history. In the dim, claustrophobic confines of the bunker, shadows dance ominously as the final act unfolds. Hitler and Eva Braun, faces etched with despair, choose oblivion as their empire crumbles around them. Flames engulf their bodies in the garden above, a pyre fueled by defeat and desperation. The smoke billows, a dark shroud rising over the ruins of the Third Reich, signaling its agonizing end. Silence descends, broken only by the crackling fire, a grim epitaph to a reign of terror.